In the world of AI, there's this one huge unanswered question that everyone's trying to tackle. Today, we're going to look at how one company, Codatta, is trying to answer it with this massive community-driven experiment. Let's dive right in.
Seriously, just think about it for a second. We all know large language models are incredibly powerful, right? But where do they break down? What don't they know? And maybe more importantly, how do we go about teaching them? This is the fundamental challenge that Codatta is setting out to solve.
Their vision is to build something they call an AI knowledge layer. The goal here is pretty ambitious, to systematically map out what AI doesn't know and then, piece by piece, fill in all those gaps. It's all about pushing past the current frontier.
So what exactly is an AI knowledge layer? Well, the core idea is to create this foundational data set that is completely transparent and totally trustworthy. This isn't just about throwing more data at the problem. It's about getting the right data, the good stuff, all meticulously collected and verified to power a smarter, more capable AI.
Here's a really great way to think about it. If today's AI is an explorer with a seriously incomplete map, the AI knowledge layer is the project to chart all those unknown territories, correct the mistakes on the map, and ultimately give that explorer a map that actually reflects the true complexity of our world.
So how do you even begin to build something like this? It's a huge undertaking. Well, Codatta's approach was this large-scale public experiment they called Airdrop Season 1. And this wasn't just some marketing campaign. It was a really carefully designed process to gather very specific kinds of intelligence. Participants were given whole series of focused missions. Some of them were tasked with basically stress testing today's models, hunting for those failure cases, like asking an AI to tell the difference between a rare kind of mushroom and its poisonous twin. Others were focused on expanding existing open-source datasets, or even building brand new ones for real-world uses. Every single task had one clear purpose.
And they weren't looking for just any old data. The target was information that is objective, super hard to find, and genuinely pushes the boundaries of what our current models can even handle. This is the hunt for the highest value data, the kind of stuff that leads to real breakthroughs. Think like verified schematics for complex machinery or data sets on rare agricultural diseases.
So, the big question, did this grand experiment actually work? Well, the numbers, they kind of speak for themselves. The response from the community was massive, but Codatta paired that with an incredibly strict process for quality control.
Get this, over 10,000 people from the community jumped in to contribute. This was no small-scale lab test. It was a global, decentralized effort to gather intelligence. And that community generated a just staggering amount of information, over 163,000 individual submissions. That's a massive pool of raw data to even begin with.
Now this number here, it highlights a really crucial part of the process, security. See, in any open system like this, you're going to get bad actors. It's inevitable. But Codatta was prepared for it, detecting and blacklisting almost 8,000 malicious accounts to protect the integrity of the data.
So here's the crucial point in all of this. Having a lot of data is one thing, sure, but it's pretty much useless if it's not high quality. And this is where their whole process gets really, really impressive.
This slide just illustrates that focus on quality perfectly. So, out of those 163,000 submissions, just over 47,000 were ultimately adopted. And just look at the breakdown. The vast majority, over 38,000 of them, were classified as S-level. Now, S-level doesn't just mean it's correct. It means the data is also objective, highly detailed, and uniquely valuable for training. It's the absolute highest tier of quality you can get.
So, how'd they do it? They achieved this through this really powerful two-step process. First, an AI review provided a massive first-pass filter, sorting through the noise. But then, every single piece of data went through a multi-layer human co-review. That combination of AI scale and real human expertise is what ensured both the precision and the diversity in the final dataset.
So, they've collected all this incredible data, but that's not the end of the story, not by a long shot. This was just the foundational first step. So, what comes next?
The next steps are super concrete and really focused on giving back to the community. They're planning to open source this new data set of LLM failure cases and expand their existing food data set. This is all part of a much larger plan to build a whole new data economy around this knowledge layer.
As Codatta themselves put it, this truly is just the beginning. The success of Airdrop Season 1 proved that this model of community-driven, quality-controlled data collection really works.
And that leaves us with a pretty fascinating question. With a new, more accurate map of the world being built one high-quality data point at a time, what are the new frontiers that AI is going to be able to explore next? The possibilities, honestly, are just incredibly exciting.